Hello, and welcome back to day 9, how to build a simple cash flow system. All week we've been talking about cash flow problems. We've talked about cash leaks, hidden cash, financial mistakes, not knowing where your numbers are. And today I want to shift gears a little bit because here's what I've learned after years of doing this type of work for business owners. Most business owners don't have a knowledge problem. They have a systems problem. They know things are off. They know their finances feel chaotic, but they do not have a simple, repeatable way to track and manage and make decisions around their cash flow. And today I want to show you how to build one. I am so sorry, you guys. My allergies are killing me here in Texas. Today I want to talk about how to build a cash flow system. And before you think this is going to be complicated, let me promise you something. It doesn't have to be. Simple beats perfect every time. So what exactly is a cash flow system? A cash flow system is simply a consistent way of tracking the money moving in and out of your business. That's it. It doesn't have to be software. It doesn't have to be an expensive tool. It doesn't have to involve your accountant. At its core, a cash flow system answers 3 questions on a regular basis. 1, how much cash do I have? 2, what's coming in? And 3, what's going out? When you can answer these questions consistently, you have a cash flow system. Everything else is just adding layers on top of that foundation. So we come to question 2. Why do most business owners not have a system? Because they started the business focused on delivering their product or service. Financial tracking is usually an afterthought for most business owners, especially when they start very, very small. Maybe they'll hire a bookkeeper. Maybe they've opened up a separate bank account. Maybe they've downloaded some type of app. But none of those things are a system. A system is not a tool. A system is a routine. It's something you do consistently on a schedule that gives you reliable visibility into what's happening in your business. Most business owners have tools. Very few have a routine that actually works. So what does a simple cash flow system look like? Let me walk you through what I call the 3-check method. First, a weekly cash check. Every Monday, you look at one thing. How much cash is in the business bank account? Write it down, compare it to last Monday, and that's it. Second, a receivables check. Once a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, doesn't matter, Saturday or Sunday, once a week, you look at who owes you money. How old are those invoices? What's overdue? What follow-up needs to happen? And then third, a spending check. Once a month, you review your expenses. Look for subscriptions that you forgot about. Look for spending that has increased without explanation. Look for purchases that don't map back to the revenue. 3 checks. Weekly cash, weekly receivables, monthly spending. That's a cash flow system. Now, what's the difference between cash flow tracking and bookkeeping? Bookkeeping looks backwards. It records what already happened. Cash flow management looks forward. It helps you make decisions about what's coming. You need both. But they serve different purposes. Your bookkeeper tells you what happened last month. Your cash flow tells you whether or not you can make payroll next Friday. Do not confuse one for the other. And don't let the existence of a bookkeeper convince you that your cash flow is being managed. They're 2 different functions. What is a cash flow forecast, and do business owners really need one? Yes. A cash flow forecast is simply a projection of what you expect to come in and go out over a defined period of time. Most small business owners hear the word forecast and assume, oh my God, it's so complicated. It doesn't have to be. At the most basic level, a cash flow forecast is you sitting down and asking, what do I expect to collect this month? What do I know I have to pay for this month? What's the gap? Is the gap going to be a problem? If you do that exercise every month, you have a cash flow forecast. And yes, every business needs one. Because surprise, in business, finances are almost never good. A forecast does not eliminate surprises, but it dramatically reduces them. So how does a cash flow system change the way a business owner operates? It changes everything. When you have visibility, you stop making reactive decisions. You stop waiting until the account is almost empty to figure out where new money is coming from. You stop accepting client work you shouldn't accept because you need cash fast. And you stop delaying your own paycheck because the money feels uncertain. Visibility creates options, and options create better decisions. Most of the financial stress I see business owners having isn't caused by not having enough money. It's caused by not knowing where the money is or where the money is going. A cash flow system solves that. So what tools should a business owner use to build a cash flow system? The best tool is the one you will actually use, whether that's a spreadsheet or QuickBooks or Wave or some other accounting platform. For some people, it's simply a notebook they check every Monday. I use a spreadsheet, I use an app, and I use good old paper and pencil just because I have to have visuality on what I'm doing, right? I've seen incredibly sophisticated cash flow tools that nobody looks at. I've also seen handwritten pages on a legal pad that a business owner checks every single week without fail. A legal pad works for them. Sophisticated software did not. It depends on you. It depends on you as the business owner on what you will manage. Don't let the search for a perfect tool be the reason why you never build the habit. Start with what you have, build the habit first, upgrade the tools later if you need to. So what is one thing someone watching this can do today to start building their cash flow system? Glad you asked. Open a blank document or pull out a piece of paper. Write down these 3 numbers. 1, how much cash do you have in your business right now? 2, how much money is currently owed to you by your clients or customers? And 3, what are your fixed monthly expenses? Look at those 3 numbers and ask yourself, does this picture make sense? Are there any surprises here? What would I do differently if I knew these numbers every single week? That exercise alone will tell you more about where your cash flow system needs work than any tool or financial report. Do that today, then do it again next Monday, then do it again the Monday after that. That is how a system starts. A cash flow system is not a luxury for big businesses. It's a necessity for every business at every stage. And it does not have to be complicated. 3 checks, 3 numbers, 1 consistent routine. That's where financial clarity comes from. Not from hoping things work out, not from checking the bank balance when you're worried, from building a system and working every week at it. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.